See, most of us are aware about the H-1B visa fees hike recently done by US government. So it used to be around 2,000 to $5,000, depending upon the size of the employer. But now it is a blanket $100,000, which is a very, very big increment from the earlier cost. Also, there are a lot of uncertainties and unclear things which people are worrying about, people who are in already in US or people in India who were looking for a H-1B visa, and also the companies who sponsor H-1B visa for the employees, so Indian companies as well as the US companies. So what I have done is I have tried to gather the information, put it together, and try to clarify all the existing information. So whatever information we have in the public domain, so I have tried to put it together and try to make things clear. And also in the end, I am trying to put a strategy, right, which you can how you can reshape your visa strategy in coming times. So let's start. So let's first see what this shocking announcement really is. Number one, that is the $100,000 fees. So anyone who is going to apply for a H-1B visa, a new H-1B visa, has to pay this one-time fees of $100,000. Then there is a wage requirement. So Department of Labor has directed the companies to raise the prevailing wage levels for H-1B workers. Then the effective date, that is 21st September of 2025. So all the applications, all the H-1B petitions filed after 21st September, they have to pay this fees and follow these particular rules. So, what are the key questions everybody is asking on this issue? The first one is who pays this massive fees? So, usually employers takes care of the visa cost, but when it has become $100,000, then it is to be seen how this game changes. And the number two question is which applications are affected? So, new petitions are 100% going to be affected, but the renewals and transfers, they are still little unclear. We'll talk about them in the upcoming slides based upon the information we already have in the public domain. So what it looks like right now, and then who is safe from this change? That is the current H-1B visa holders seems to be safe, but there are still gray areas which we will look upon in the upcoming slides. So this is what we know for certain. First thing is the confirmed fees. So this fees is one time and not annual. That's for sure. And it applies only to the new visa applications put after 21st of September and will not apply retroactively to the existing visas. And that will also include your prevailing wage increases, right? So the new visas will follow this wage increase rule as well. And the implementation details, if we talk about, then they are targeting this 2026 lottery cycle to apply these new rules, right? And there's a weighted selection system being proposed, which will be used, and merit and wage-based criteria will be utilized in this lottery. And there is a guidance which is still being published. So in coming times, we need to see that how things changes and how the rules comes up accordingly. Now let's talk about the big unknowns, which most people are actually worried about. So in the current guidance, renewals are exempt. So if you already have H-1B visa and going to renew it, so you don't have to pay that $100,000 fees. That is more or less clear. But if you are changing the employer, then what will be the fees? That remains unclear. That is yet to be seen. Then the next thing is, does the location matter? So if you are applying the petition from inside US or outside US, right? So some sources are suggesting that this fees will apply only to the petitions from outside the US, but there is no such confirmation from UCIS yet. And also now about the exemption. So there are some reports which are suggesting that physicians may be exempted from this, but still there is no formal information about it, and people are still waiting on it. And there is also some confusion around the fee structure. So there is a registration, petition, and premium processing fees which already exist, and now this $100,000 will replace all those fees or will be an add-on. So if it is a add-on, then the total cost of this visa petition will be even higher than this $100,000. So let's see how it will impact the tech professionals. So the early career workers. So these could be the people mid-level and junior professionals which may get highly impacted, because now companies will like to sponsor the candidates with high salaries and high skills, unless someone in this level, mid-level or junior professionals, are an exceptional candidate, right? And then the current H-1B visa holders, it renewals and status continuation is likely to be safe given the current informations. So they are the ones who are going to be least affected than the laid off workers, right? So if you have an H-1B visa and you are laid off by your current employer, and if the transfer petition doesn't apply this $100,000 fees, then you will become a attractive prospect to the new employers. So now let's see how employers are planning to respond to this visa fees hike. So what strategies employers are thinking to apply? So number first, which I have already talked about, is candidate filtering. So they will only sponsor the mission critical roles or the senior positions, which commands high salary for the H-1B visa sponsorship. Then they will also relocate more budget towards this immigration compliances, legal risk, and this visa strategy planning. And also they will look for alternate models. So alternate models like remote working, global delivery methods, and alternative visa categories as well. Or what would be the industry specific impact? So as we all know, IT and consulting firms are going to be highly impacted, and they are to the junior to mid-level staff, and then also the startups and the product companies. The budget constrained startups may avoid this H-1B visa sponsorship altogether, and they may push for the remote work and alternate visa paths. See, JP Morgan has estimated that there will be a reduction of around 5,500 H-1B visa approvals per month, and this reduction will fundamentally reshape the US talent landscape, and also that will create opportunities for the competing nations for Indian talent. So here is how the global talent competition looks like. Canada offers this express entry system and provincial nominee program to make itself more attractive than the other countries. Then United Kingdom also offers this skilled worker visa and global talent visa, right? So that offers a lot of competitive advantage over USA. Then there is Australia, who gives you skilled migration programs and working holiday visas, right? So that is quite popular among Indians and other countries. Then the European Union. So the blue card scheme and the national programs, right? They attract tech talent to European countries. So these are some other countries who are competing for the talent. And now when US have raised their visa fees, people will be attracted towards these other countries. And these are some alternative visa pathways. O1 extraordinary ability visa. So if you are an individual with a strong track record and some recognized achievement, then you can go for this. And for L1 intra company transfer visa, if you are working in a company's abroad entity and is coming to US, then you can apply for this visa, and this requires a minimum work period with that particular employer. And then there is E1, E2 treaty visas. So that applies to treaty traders and the investors from qualifying countries. So this applies only to some specific nationalities and certain business activities. So these are some alternative visa pathways which can be explored if you want to come to US. So what could be the immediate action items one can take? So clarify with your employer, like, will your petition incur this $100,000 fees, and if the process changes midway, what will be the implications? And then strengthen your profile. You ensure that your skills and expertise and the salary makes you a compelling candidate for H-1B sponsorship, and then start exploring the alternative options right away. And let's see what are the timelines and the key dates. So September 25, this proclamation is signed for the new fee structure. Then September 21st is the date after which, if you apply any petition, this new fees will apply. And 2026 is the lottery cycle, the first lottery cycle, which will be impacted by this new regulation. So this is not the end. There are going to be legal challenges ahead. It is not that a proclamation is signed then it will be applied right away. There are administrative laws, right? So people who are immigration attorneys and the affected parties, they will challenge the scope and implementation of this proclamation, right, in the court. And also the industry response, so tech companies and professional association, they will also lobby against this, and they will try to seek exemptions for the critical roles. So there is a long way ahead. It's not that it is done and dusted and will be applied right away. So what should current H-1B visa holders do here? So they should stay calm because of the clarifications already being given. So their status is protected. So if you are already holding a H-1B visa, so you don't need to be worried. Your current status will remain safe. Then the renewal process. So as is being clarified, that the standard renewal process will not be impacted by this fee hike. So there also people don't need to worry about. And also stay informed with any advisory coming from US CIS, and also if there is any legal advisory firms giving any updates. So just stay informed and take your decisions based upon the best possible information available. Here are some strategic recommendations. So maybe I'm reiterating a certain things. Number one is position yourself. So focus on high skill, high salary, and mission critical roles, and then act quickly if there's a possibility of green card application. Expedite it. Then consider the global options. So weigh the remote first offers and other countries opportunities as well, and diversify your visa strategy. So look for if you fit in the criteria for O1, L1, or EB visa categories. So that can work as your backup plan. And these are certain things you should keep monitoring. You should monitor USCIS guideline updates, any legal challenges, any entity is challenging this policy change in the court, and how that is turning up industry response, how the companies, the major companies are adapting their sponsorship and hiring strategies according to this policy change. And then also look for the alternate visa programs. So, what are the key takeaways from this? I would say that don't assume H-1B is dead. So, this fees could, let's say, remain as is. It can be modified or can face legal challenges from different companies or organization and maybe turned down. What you can do is stay informed, strengthen your profile, and maintain multiple pathways. So, there are these three things you can do for the time being. Stay prepared. Knowledge and flexibility are going to be your best asset in this situation. Think strategically, portfolio approach to immigration planning. That is something which you can do right now, and act decisively. So when the clarity emerges, move quickly, take your decisions wisely. And if there are any questions you have around this, put them in the comment. I will try to answer them as best as possible. And good luck. See you next time. Thank you.